Welcome, agents, to strain 57-CCC of the Zero Point Report, a broadcast all about the news surrounding the Secret World IP. Today is Thursday, February 10th, 2022, and I'm your host for this evening, Ocho. With me tonight, we have Jimmy the Rabbit.
Right? Who?
Yeah. And
That's
we
what
have
most people say.
and we have Two-Ton Waffle.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Abend. Sehr Waffle.
With syrup.
And welcome to everybody, of course, in chat. I see so far we have Vomer. Vomer is amazing. Vomer's truly amazing. Leo Grimm also, how you doing? And anyone else joining us in chat, welcome. As we discuss all the things about Secret World, we do have some news this week. And it's something that we've been waiting on for 3 years? 3 years now, I think.
3 years?
I think so.
In all reality, they should have pushed it another month. What's one more?
Yeah,
they should have.
They could have had the perfect release date. At this point, you should have committed.
You should have just went like, you know what? You know what's also good? April 1st.
Yeah, at this point, you should have fucking committed.
I know. What's another 30 days?
What would be another 30 days? Now, it's something like, from what we know, and the story goes, of course, that Conan Chop Chop, the long-awaited Conan Chop Chop, has a release date, is now releasing March 1st, releasing on PC, Xbox, and Switch, with demos coming to Steam and the Switch February 21st. And it still looks like a lot of fun. I think it's still going to be a very fun game to play. Conan Chop Chop was first announced on April 1st, 3 years ago, sending the world into a head-scratching frenzy with reactions ranging from, "This can't be real," to, "Oh, please be real." Today, developer Mighty Kingdom and publisher Funcom announced that the biggest gaming event of the year is soon upon us, Conan Chop Chop, launching March 1st. Conan Chop Chop will be priced at $14.99 on PC and $19.99 on consoles.
That's a weird pricing where it's cheaper on PC but not console.
I think it's just because
I know it's going through Steam and all, but still.
No, I think it's more the console like structure.
It's a little jaded, but I think it's just because people who basically own consoles are used to paying a lot more money for games.
Yeah, true.
Well,
I mean, it would have cost maybe charge you like $70 and be fine.
It probably costs more potentially just to be a Nintendo developer.
Also like true, or maybe just to host it on their stores, maybe.
Yeah, it's got to go through the Nintendo Switch like stuff. I'm sure that is more on the back end, anyways. But also, and I don't even mean this in a jaded way, but like, it's probably the price point for that kind of game on Switch.
Oh, also true. Right.
I think like if you go buy like any of the other games, they're probably about $20. Whereas this kind of game just can't swing that price on Steam. The market is way more flooded.
Oh yes.
With competing titles than it would be on Switch. So I think it's not even that you're charging more on Switch. It's that you have to cut it for PC in order to stay competitive. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Like because Switch and Xbox itself, because they're basically console specific, that they don't have, Steam's been around for how many years now? The sheer depth of content on Steam is absolutely massive, mind-blowingly massive. So yeah, it's you have a lot more competition than you do on the individual specific platforms, which have only been out for, I don't know, when did the Switch come out? Like 2 years ago?
I think it's been longer than that. It's been like
Yeah, it's more than
3
that.
years,
4 years.
4 years.
2020
5.
really messed with us.
It really did. What even is time, really?
What is time?
No, you see, it went from 2019 to 2022.
Oh,
we're actually still in March 2020. It's really
March 2017.
we're on month
You were off by a little bit.
month 23 of March 2020.
No, we're on the Kursagat calendar.
So
The 12,000.
The Switch is about 5 years old then.
Oh, March 2017. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, about 5 years old. Good for the Switch, man.
Yeah.
I think I read recently that the Switch is now their best-selling console. It has just recently outsold the Nintendo Wii.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised it took it that long to outsell Nintendo Wii, to be honest.
The Wii was extremely popular. The Wii, like, I don't know.
True.
Yeah. The Wii, like, blew people's minds. I mean, I still have one.
Yeah, I have one.
Somewhere.
We bought one for Christmas for Guitar Hero.
Yeah. Yeah.
But people got it for, like, the Wii Sports and the... You know, the fact that it was even packaged with basically some pretty solid games just out of the box. And they're even releasing a sequel to Wii Sports now. The Switch will have a new Wii Sports.
Wouldn't that just be Switch Sports? Like,
you got the controller that you can like throw at your TV.
You can do that with the Switch. You can throw your Switch controller at the TV. Because my kid plays dancing games on the Switch, and like you hold the controller, and it knows where the controller is.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can totally throw that around.
You don't have the straps.
Of course, the Joy-Cons have motion. Okay, right.
Yeah,
right. Okay.
Who puts the straps on? But
That's what she said.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Kylani, how are you?
Canadian. She's Canadian.
Indeed, Canadian. Varma says ZPR strain could stand for Conan Chop Chop and the Romantic Cake Creation Contest. Yes, that is our second piece of big news. Yes. Vomer has posted on the forums a romantic cake creation contest. Share your love for Secret World Legends and ravenously reaped romantic cake. Make sweet treats in the Secret World Legends romantic cake creation contest. They wrote on Twitter. All beloved bees who partake will have a chance at exclusive and never before seen cosmetics. Taste and see. Romance blossoms and love blooms, but you could always be sure that the romantic cake will be there for you and your crew. Thanks to Mr. Rosenbaum, this cake is just a sweetheart. The romantic cake helps you out when times are tough, regardless of whether you simply love cake or have seen this treat prevent defeat. The season of romance is a perfect time to share some appreciation for such a loving confectionery creation. No, I had a flash in my mind. I remember Jimmy on your YouTube channel, you posted doing an E17 New York raid and having like Zooberry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Potted.
Twice.
Zooberry
doomed. Be like, doomed? What the heck?
Now is not the time to argue.
That shouldn't ever happen. I don't believe that is normal for that to happen. He's not normally a target.
Get to the platform.
I think mainly because he's floating in the air. Like he's never a pod target.
Yeah, he's up in the air behind you.
So
Cerulean says they had what happened on Wednesday. Okay.
So ours was on Tuesday, but what we determined, the first one was obvious. The guy that was gonna get potted crashed. Yes, exactly. Same. So the guy that was going to get potted crashed and died in a fist, and then Zuberi got potted. Okay, totally fine. But the second time, Zuberi was just running back from being picked up, and it was all of a sudden pod target. And we're like, wait, what? Like
once you're a pod target once, you could be a pod target
the
again.
first one, he wasn't marked as doomed because there was an NPC getting potted, and a player was supposed to get potted, right? And instead, since they died, he got potted because he was in that row, in that line.
Mm-hmm.
But then this one, he was actually marked as doomed, which should not ever happen normally. Like, the other 3 get marked.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yeah, so Valmer and Zen, his naked feet were on the pavement, not floating. I thought about that. I suppose that's possible, but it's really fucking strange that the only time anyone can remember ever seeing him get potted is due to someone dying and not him running. Because you pick up all the NPCs in E17 every time there's a personal space. So it's not like he's not getting picked up all the goddamn time, and he's never been a target before. Ever. So I think I calculated we've done like 66 raids, because you only do 1 a week. So we completed like 66 raids since the raid came out.
Okay.
Mind you, 66 raids, and I've gotten 1 goddamn cosmetic piece. Fuck you. God damn it.
effing SWL drop rates. Yeah. Through the floor.
Praise our Jesus.
But I'm gonna say, given the data size and sample, and other people almost never seeing him happen, I think it's more likely that the reason he was a target the second time was that he got potted prior, and somehow it like triggered a flag. Right? Once you're potted, you can get potted again or something. Because it just doesn't make any sense, given that there's only 3 targets normally. If he's supposed to be a 4th target, you pick them up all the time, and you get pod after personal all the time.
What reminded me of that is just halfway through reading that, I thought of course, in the video of your raid, of course, first thing you do, you dropped a cake.
Yeah.
So I thought, yeah, of course.
Someone always puts a cake, and then everyone usually like, thanks for cake.
So yeah, the cake helps you out when times are tough. I was like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we've done a raid like without cake since
cake came out. Really?
Valentine's.
Yeah.
Like, someone always has cake.
But to continue on, Varmer posted, from now until the hands of time land on February 25th, 2022, turn the tables on Mr. Rosenbaum and create a romantic cake of your own. Make a realistic take on the romantic cake, faithfully replicate it polygon for polygon with painstaking precision, or make something entirely new. It's up to you. Judges will review submissions for the following cake categories: true to life, true to game, and true to heart, or true in heart. Hyper-realistic cake, polygons and all, and unique interpretations and creative creations. The prizes that you said Funcom is, of course, helping out with. All who submit a qualifying entry will receive 1 Kawaii Revenant t-shirt, clothing item for your chosen character. Yes, that's right, the awfully adorable Kawaii Revenant t-shirt. Hopefully everybody gets it. I don't even know if like some of the contests that we've had or some of the stuff that we've done, whether people have actually received stuff. I have no idea. I just give the winning names to Andy.
So on that note, I don't think the hide and shriek stuff has gone out yet.
No, probably not.
Sorry, I should clarify. It hasn't. I talked to Andy.
Oh, okay.
So he's aware it hasn't gone out and is going to be working on it, but there's some delays on their side with the stuff happening. So he is aware and still plans to get those assigned.
Oh, good.
To the people they're supposed to.
So he has the names. I gave him the names at least a couple of times.
Yeah. So if you were one of the people that are supposed to get stuff from the hide and shriek contest, it's still coming.
It's coming.
Maybe you'll get it at the same time as the Valentine's stuff.
Who knows? 2 different categories: true to life, true to polygons. Yes, True to life being a hyper-realistic cake, which I assume just means a real
Actually,
cake.
it's 3 categories, right?
3 categories, yes. True to life, which is a hyper-realistic cake. True to the game, polygons and all. And true in heart, unique interpretations and creative creations. So I feel like if you just draw a nice cake, if you are put your artistic work into it, that would be true in heart. True to game, I believe, would basically I see that as interpreting to mean like a really well done screenshot, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, Vollmer's here.
Yeah.
They can probably elaborate on what they mean by
true to game specifically. Does it count if I make a cake tumbler? Yeah, that would probably be the unique interpretations and creative creations.
If you reproduced it accurate to what you see in game, okay, versus just like a realistic heart cake. I understand the difference.
Okay, all right,
so
that makes sense.
You can make a heart cake, or you can make a heart cake like meant to exactly replicate the one in game.
Right.
You're not entering when you're and I know. Well, I know you're providing like
we know, yes. Let's say runner-up winners will get 1 Heart Pajamas purple item and 1 Kawaii Revenant t-shirt clothing item for your chosen character. Heart Pajamas purple item grants both the Heart Pajamas purple and Hooded Heart Pajamas purple clothing items. First place winners, 1 Morph Suit pink clothing item, 1 Heart Pajamas purple, and 1 Kawaii Revenant t-shirt. Be one of the few bees to own the Morph Suit pink prior to its release. That was for first place winners. Yeah. Colors fly into your jelly eyes. Is it purple? Is it pink? Is it a purplish pink and a pinkish purple? It's the vibrant debut of the Morph Suit pink. In addition, all who place first in their respective categories will win special Secret World Legends swag lovingly crafted by Kailani.
Yeah, Kailani, you could enter and then win and then just make yourself something.
Just make yourself
nice.
Kailani, make yourself something nice.
Yeah. Treat yourself.
And Zen, I have
a couple nice things made by Kailani, so
I don't believe you have to make a table. I think you could make a table. I think you could go the extra mile, but I don't believe you have to make a table.
I mean, you could if you wanted to.
Well, yes, but I'm saying
do you have a lathe?
What if the table is cake?
Yeah, consumed enough alcohol for this conversation. I'm gonna need a couple minutes.
It's all cake.
Now, what if the rim was cake? Like
everything. You cut into the wall of your house, and it's just cake.
The cake is a lie.
Hear me out. What if the cake is real, but the world is the lie? Bow, 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 bow. What if everything in this room is edible? Even I am edible.
What if the world is a cake? Like if you just cut into it, the core is like molten fudge or something.
Yeah, it's a lava cake.
I mean, when
okay, that was pretty good.
That was good though. Good. I'll give you props for that one.
And it's on the back of a turtle.
I say whenever they show pictures of it in a science textbook, it always is cut like a cake.
Oh yeah, Bomber's right. You should show one of the more. There's screenshots in the thread. You could show some of the stuff in there. For a dreamer, reality is just a cake they want to slice up after their nap. I mean, kind of.
There's a link to Bomber's forum.
Does anyone else think of dreamers sometimes as like Langoliers?
Langoliers. Interesting. Okay.
Do you remember the Langoliers?
Oh,
and like the things are like chewing through time and space, like eating it.
The bad
so like
TV
the past
movie
ceases to exist. Yeah.
You release the dreaming ones. Yum, nom, 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 nom,
I'm
nom.
not saying it was like really good effects, but like when you think about how the dreaming ones like eat reality, like Dark Agartha's like the holes they left behind. It kind of reminds me of like Langoliers just like eating reality. Yo, for the love of fuck, Zen. I know they were only eating the past. That's not the point. It's the fact that they're eating it's the fact that they're eating like reality. Right? They're an entity that eats, even if it's past reality. They're eating like a reality. So I think it's an apt analogy comparison.
Dreaming ones wake up and
they go all
consume
piranha.
reality.
Yeah, they go all piranha on it.
Nom, 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 nom,
Nom,
nom,
nom, nom, nom, nom.
They can get
Also,
some reality as a treat.
How many goddamn dreamers are there? Because I feel like we physically know, I think there's at least 3 like that we interact with in some fashion.
Well,
but I want to say when you're in the dreaming
the
prison,
moons themselves, they posited that the moons of Mars themselves are dreaming ones.
Right.
Deimos and
or
Phobos.
a dreaming one. I don't know if it's 2. The moons collide and like it opens, but I think it might just be 1 there potentially. But my point was when you're like we interact with, I want to say potentially 3, for sure 2, maybe 3, like that we know of, character-wise in the game. But also in the dreaming prisons, like we see Gaia engines like chunk, 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 chunk. And theoretically, it's 1 engine per dreamer. I think.
Okay. I'm thinking Moons of Madness. Also, some news. Funcom did post. They said we've teamed up with the folks at MG Lunarium to bring you a bundle featuring Moons of Madness and their new game Lust from Beyond M Edition. If you're a fan of Lovecraftian horror, check out the Cosmic Horror bundle on Steam.
So I'm sorry, Leo Grimm's. They go all 3-year-old on a plate of spaghetti on reality. Sauce everywhere, like that just kind of made me chuckle. But yeah, so I saw that pack and like I'm kind of intrigued by that other game. Obviously, I already have Moons of Madness, but it's the M-rated version, and I had to like read up on that because essentially there's an X-rated version. This is the toned down version of that game.
Oh, really?
This is only M-rated. It's not like they made a more adult version. They made a less adult version.
They took out some stuff.
Well, what would be that? AO or adults only?
Yeah, so they took out stuff so it'd be marketable in other countries and would show up on a Steam search without you having to have adult stuff specifically flagged on. Because I guess those games.
Beyond.
Well, that still doesn't count. I have mine turned on. I went to the indie section today in Steam, and the first thing that was in the list was Orc Massage. Just imagine what that is.
I mean, I assume it's an orc giving you a nice back massage.
Yeah, but one of the screenshots, I'm like, what the hell?
You're like, that's not a massage.
No.
Anyways, like I did. Okay, so for the M edition, I did look at the trailers, like the trailer videos and stuff, and it honestly kind of like it's only like I think $15 or something. I might actually like check that game out. The decision is whether to go for M-rated or go find the original.
That's go all in. Well, then you can't stream it though.
True.
This is Lust from Beyond M Edition. You are Victor Holloway, an antiquarian tormented by visions of a sinister land. To unravel the meaning of your dreams, you join the esoteric cult of ecstasy. Cross the gate to the blasphemous land of Lustga in this new edition of occult survival horror.
Yeah, like there's some like video trailers on Steam. Like there's some interesting footage in there. Like it does definitely evoke like it's first person, kind of like Moons. It seems like it has a little more combat potentially, but it's got.
If you already own Moons of Madness, which I'm assuming most of us do, if you already own Moons, that Lust from Beyond M Edition, this would bring it down to 1376.
So my understanding is like the M version doesn't have full nudity, and for example, there was an orgy scene that replaced with a cult meeting scene. So, you know, yeah, you probably can't stream the other one.
Probably not.
That'll have to be on your OnlyFans account.
They said damn it. I knew I forgot to start something.
Jimmy the Rabbit's new Secret World Legends challenge, the OnlyFans challenge.
The OnlyFans challenge. But yeah, so I don't know. The game looks interesting. Like the Lovecraftian aspects actually seem genuinely interesting from what I saw in the trailers.
I would say that, you know, if Funcom basically says, "Hey, we're promoting with this entire other studio," unless they're like both owned by.
Every time he dies, so I can play Strip Secret World Legends on OnlyFans.
Strip Secret World Legends.
Okay, all right,
that can work.
You're not going to die often.
I mean, I've done a deathless run of Secret World.
You've done a deathless run, yeah. You're not going to die that often. I'm trying to see, yeah. What else is going on here with this Lust from Beyond?
It's got some really interesting, like crazy visuals, like all otherworldly, like.
It has positive reviews. 100% of the 14 user reviews for this game are all positive.
Well, I mean, that's the M-rated one that just came out.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't know what the other version has.
Mild nudity and erotic themes. I mean, it doesn't actually sound like maybe the more mature version is going to be like that much.
I think the content is like the story is the same as my understanding, and that's the reason they made an M-rated version is so more people could experience the story. It's just that they had to cut some stuff and like, you know, put some clothes on.
Put some clothes on people. Yeah, it says the original Lust from Beyond is an adult-only experience. The M edition is the same game, tastefully tailored for a wider audience. M stands for the new mature rating, but also for the many motifs, the many motifs of the Lust universe, the omnipresent mystery, the iconic masks, and overwhelming madness. The M edition contains the following changes from the adult-only edition. Nudity has been covered by outfits appropriate to the themes and settings. Some scenes have been rearranged to keep their meaning but reduce the explicit factor. And some animations, scene framing, and models have been changed to meet the mature rating requirements. So it's not like it's one of those.
I don't think it was like drastically changed for the story. It's just
right.
You know.
They just toned down the sexual themes a little bit.
Yeah, they put some cosmetics on just to be a little.
But you said you did say about partying with Funcom, but you have to remember this is the company that has Conan Exiles as a dong slider. Yeah. So
yes,
that's true.
I'm thinking of like, who is this Movie Games SA? Who are they owned by? Or Movie Games? Like, is this another Tencent company?
Oh, that's actually a good question. I have no idea.
Because I could see why they would be like, yes, we're teaming up with them. Well, they would if they were.
Just from the video, like trailers, like the first person way it seems to play out seems very, very Moons-like. The dialogue even seems a little like, or not the dialogue, but I guess the delivery of the dialogue, because you're in first person and you hear your character talking. You know what I mean? That seems kind of similar in style. I think it's a decent fit. Like, I've actually guess what I'm saying is the pairing to me makes some kind of sense.
They pair along with Moons of Madness, yeah.
Yeah, the pairing seems to make sense. Also, Waffle, I think Vollmer would really like it if you put their forum post up on the stream for people to see screenshots.
There's
Palmer said they
Show screenshots.
no.
I wasn't ignoring you, Palmer. I wasn't. I was just waiting for the right time. When we had finished talking about nude Cthulhu.
We had important things to talk about.
How many tentacles are down there?
Yeah.
People want to know.
These are important
Inquiring
questions.
minds want to know. Gosh.
So if you scroll down further, I think you can see there's the obligatory in beta picture.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Cute
the
cheesing.
pink suit doing the heart thing. I like how this is for Vommer because there's revenants in that picture for no reason at all.
It's just obligatory revenant picture.
That's how you know it's for Vommer. Like, there's no reason at all for that to be there.
Obligatory Revenants. It's the name of my new band.
Okay, the Kawaii Revenant t-shirt. Okay, but that's a prize because of you.
Indeed.
Also, do you see the scroll back up, Waffle? See how fucking big that table with the cake is?
So yeah, who's gonna be making the IRL version of this one?
Be like, can you just get to the
You know what's crazy is I think I have enough.
It's a fighting
lumber
the cake boss.
ice.
Yes.
Like my porch rotted through this last year, and I tore it all down, and all of it's still on the side of my house. I have the lumber to probably do that.
Easily.
But it's
that cake
just,
or that table is not hard. It's not like a complex table.
No, but size-wise, I mean, it's taller than a person.
Oh,
right?
oh yeah.
Just, like in that picture to scale, it's like a story tall.
Yeah, that's what, about 10 feet or so?
But do you have a lathe? I don't need a goddamn lathe, okay?
So I'm lost. Is it prequel to Moons of Madness?
No,
like
it has
backstory?
nothing to do with moons. It's just a like Lovecraftian.
Just another Lovecraftian horror game, yeah.
Yeah, so it's another, like, Moons is considered a Lovecraftian themed. I mean, we know it's Secret World. Secret World has a lot of Lovecraft basis to it. Moons and this game, the thing they have in common is the Lovecraftian elements. This is a Lovecraftian game. So if you like Lovecraftian games, you probably would like both Moons and this game. That's why it's packaged together. It has no relation to the Secret World or directly to Moons other than just being a Lovecraft style game. The cake is a lie.
Sure.
I feel like I would love to make an entry that, like, visualized the truth that the cake is a lie somehow. Just like we're reaching for a cake and it's not real. Like your hand
just
goes
reach through
or
it.
something. The cake is a lie, son of a bitch.
They weren't kidding.
It's just a hologram.
Trying to see what else they make. Drug Dealer Simulator.
Hologram?
That's another game that this movie games SPA made.
Okay. Fuck you.
Well, I mean, if you subscribe to Jimmy's channel enough, maybe one of the rewards will eventually be that he'll get a lathe.
I don't think I don't get any money from YouTube. That's one of the other things that we're gonna eventually talk about is my review of the other review.
Mm-hmm.
But I got like kickback on Reddit about, like, just doing it for clicks or whatever, and I'm like, I don't fucking make anything on YouTube. Like, and I don't mean that I make
this guy's just criticizing him because he just wants clicks. Like, no, if they actually watched it, they're criticizing it for good reason.
It's like, no, yes, give me clicks. Click on it, watch it. And then,
but, like, I don't make. It's not like I make very little from YouTube. Like, I make very little from Twitch, like, at all. But I make zero from YouTube. Like, I have no.
Oh, Jimmy the Rabbit is ninja rich, anyways.
It's no, not Jesus Christ. I
mean,
wish.
look at the room that he's in.
QBL offices. Woo! No, like I don't have. I get what is it like I got enough subscribers to get my own like URL, so it's like /Jimmy the Rabbit, and that's it. Like I don't have like on Twitch you have affiliate, right, and have subscribers. I have no way to make money on YouTube. So whenever I get like a copyright claim and it's like they're gonna get ad money instead of you, I'm like, great, I don't get money anyway. So,
I don't care.
I don't even get paid in carrots by YouTube. That would be more than I make right now. Carrots would be more.
Just a bundle. Bro, I've been waiting almost 3 years and still no lathe.
Yeah, because unfortunately I just don't make enough from Twitch to get a lathe. I'm sorry. It's just there's
So what you gotta do? Subathon for a lathe.
Subathon for a lathe. I couldn't even fucking raise the money for a goddamn power glove. I'm probably gonna end up buying that myself to play Secret World on a power glove.
But yeah,
because there was a donation
doing it for Extra Life.
Yeah, okay. To be fair, I have raised some like 2 years in a row. I've raised some decent amount of money for Extra Life, and that's really cool. But that's like generally the only time that I I've gifted like over 100 subs, and you're still in the poorhouse. Kalani has gifted a lot of subs, yes, and yes, still in the poorhouse. That's
because for every sub that you give Kailani, Amazon takes half of it.
Yep.
Right.
So you get
and then
$2.30.
Generally, people don't like redo them on their own. So like it's 100% appreciated, but in the long run, it doesn't. It offsets the amount that I subscribe to other people.
yeah. Streamers supporting streamers. Yeah, that's basically we're just passing around the same dollar bill back and forth. Yeah.
So if you have a Prime sub, give it to Jimmy the Rabbit instead of Bezos, because that'd be awesome.
Yeah, right.
I know that's stupid. That's why I prefer bits over gifted subs. Yes, actually, the amount that somebody gets is, or the amount that a streamer gets is actually more of a cut from the bits than a sub. That is absolutely true. But then you are paying.
None of the Turkish money launderers wanted to come through my stream and launder bits that way, so I didn't get a chance to make any money, sadly.
Do you have a Patreon for this lathe?
I do not.
Patreon lathe?
No. But for the Power Glove, I did have a donation goal, like a straight up, like not subs, not bits, like a donation goal.
But did you do it through Twitch?
I mean, I was streaming on Twitch, but it was like
if you do the donation, Twitch will still take 50% of that.
No, it wasn't through Twitch.
Okay.
It was a donation goal, like you had to click on.
Coffee or buy me a coffee.
The thing is, like, and some people did donate, and that was great, but I think it ended up totaling like $35, which was like nowhere near the amount for a Power Glove. But I'll probably just eventually buy it myself, because I'll want to do another playthrough, or another, if not a playthrough, like some kind of challenge with the Power Glove.
Guys,
I don't think I want to do
an hour.
Holy shit!
Whoa!
Someone has a pink outfit.
Oh, look at that!
Who is dancing freestyle in a pink morph suit?
I mean, if you don't know who it is, I think we're in trouble.
I stopped doing it on your screen.
Oh yeah, you started dancing. Now you're just walking around. What the hell?
That's why it was never released. Not all dancing works. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a tight rear end in this.
You can flick a quarter off that thing.
That is skin tight.
I mean, all the morph suits are.
They are, yes. I cannot submit that cake to the contest.
Yeah, that is interpretive. That is interpretive.
Look at that cake.
Oh shit! Here come the color things. Serana says purple. Mauve? Is it mauve?
No, it's T-Mobile Magenta.
It's definitely not T-Mobile magenta. It's kind of fuchsia. I could go with fuchsia. Why are morph suits even a thing? I don't know. They've been a thing since TSW. Why would they not be?
I think they were a thing back in like 2012. Weren't they a thing? Like that was a thing around the time that the game was created.
I don't know. I mean, there's a green one, right? Because I feel like you should be Green Man for like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like just put on a morph suit and go crazy. Yes, Serana. I don't know if it's coming with the event, but it's a reward for the contest.
For Vomer's cake contest.
I don't know if it's if it's coming with the event or not. But I know it's a prize in the contest.
Sorry, I just took the worst screenshot possibly ever.
Well, send it over to Waffle because now we have to see it.
Let's see if it came out. Hold on. This one I have to see. I have to see if this one came out.
Do we have to approve it? Is it TOS friendly?
So, Bomber, that's the question I have. You're saying you can win it and be one of the few to own it prior to its release. Do we know when its release is? Because that's what I'm curious about. Like, when is it supposed to release? Do we know when it's supposed to release?
What?
When it releases.
When it releases. Basically, it'll just be when Andy actually gets around to sending it. That's its release date.
No. What? No. Okay, just clarify. What they're saying is, you can win it in the contest and have it prior to when Funcom actually releases it.
Oh.
Which I assume means like either as like an in-game event reward, or maybe like for Orem in the dressing room, or you know what I mean? It's actually gonna be released in a normal fashion aside from a contest prize. You'll just get it here first.
Well, being pink, I assume it might be something for Thanksgiving, or for Thanksgiving, for Valentine's Day.
Of course.
For frickin' Thanksgiving. Why not?
But okay, so here's my thing. Is that even possible? Because Vomer's event ends like the 24th, so you're not going to get your prize until after that. So that doesn't make sense, right? Like that wouldn't track. If you're getting it from here first before it releases, then how? It wouldn't make sense to release it during the event, right? Oh my god! That's great.
Hold on.
I was just taking a whole bunch of screenshots because I'm wearing the suit, and I was like, "That is oh no."
Enhance.
Zoom and enhance.
Listen, clearly I was just comparing sizes. I'm grabbing my crotch, grabbing your crotch. I'm just checking.
Oh
just
my!
A cross crotch comparison.
Now our show is M-rated. For it will probably still be going by the end of the event. Uses the extended dates of last year. It probably will, because every single event that has happened this year has happened on the same exact date last year.
Right. So again, I'm wondering if maybe this is gonna hit the say the dressing room, maybe for like anniversary or something. I don't know.
Anniversary.
Or maybe it will be for Valentine's, but you'd get it for free from the event. I mean, I guess that could work too, potentially.
Actually, I could be wrong on that. The Valentine's Day event started February 10th last year. Today it's February 10th.
Balmer, you're absolutely correct.
Oh yeah, it does kind of match the bees' cheeks.
The bee's cheeks match
The
the other cheeks.
Cheeks match the cheeks. That's right. You heard it here first. Cheeks are matching cheeks.
We got cheek matching going on.
Look at that. Look at those cheeks.
The bee's cheeks.
Instead of the bee's knees, it's the bee's cheeks.
The bee's cheeks, indeed.
So actually, I'm kind of surprised that it hasn't started yet.
Yeah, the people were saying that today. Potentially, we're thinking maybe there was a restart today. This morning. Maybe it'll start tomorrow? Question mark?
Maybe.
Question mark?
Maybe. It started in 2020 on February 12th. It started in 2021 February 10th.
Okay, okay. It depends. If they're doing an automatic one, it might just depend on the date they chose to do it off of, you know?
Yeah.
Started on February 8th the first year. Jesus. So they've not been consistent at all. That's what we're trying to say.
Well, there was that one year where all of a sudden we got Valentine's gifts. Like just randomly at the start of the show.
Yeah, right. That was pretty cool. The consistency is this week of February.
Well, wait a minute.
By the way, there's a Mega Boss starting right now. If
started on February 8th the first year. The first year was what? First year for the Valentine's Day event was 2020.
You guys want to do the Mega Boss?
Yes.
Gotta put these.
I think I have enough screenshots in case my morph suit goes away.
It probably will when we change instances.
Probably.
This is a good year because when their cast was out. Yeah, Andy was on our show and did say that he was going to try and do that, and he came through. The madman actually did it.
It's true.
Technically twice, if you think about it. I think. Because remember, didn't the cache change to something else before the winter cache?
Yeah, it was the tribal cache.
Yeah, and then we had winter, and then he changed it from winter. They actually, not only did they change it once, they changed it multiple times.
Oh, okay. Farmer says 2020 was Rosenbrawl Open Week's first appearance, but the Valentine's Day event as a whole happened prior to that. It just had no missions before 2020. Oh, you mean you mean the was it the heart pendant issue?
Yeah, Zen. I mean, it is
Heart
a technical
fiasco.
thing. Whether you choose to acknowledge it or not, rotating the cache out isn't like a one-click process. That's just not how it works. It doesn't take a lot to. I don't think it even takes a lot to mentally figure that out. There's world drops. There's a cache vendor. There's things involved. I don't know what the systems are behind it, but it's not hard to imagine that it's more than one button press. Now I know they've been working to get it to be
one button
as
press.
automated as possible. Yeah, they've been putting in the work to do that, but that has rarely gone as planned. Which as someone that does this shit for like tech shit for a living, that's not uncommon. Like when you're trying to get scheduled shit to work, the first few times usually don't go as planned. And ideally you try and test it ahead of time, but once you go live, like it's not uncommon that like, oh shit, that didn't work like I thought it was going to. And then you have to, do it again.
God.
You got some camel toe going on there. Or what would it be? Moose knuckle. Sorry, moose knuckle. You're a male
God,
character.
why? Why?
That's moose knuckle.
Feel like you have to gaze upon it. Not that close. Not that close. Wait, I gotta click.
Wait, why does my DPS build? Oh, because never mind. Because I decided I wanted it to be different. Never mind. My DPS
Twitch
build.
ban coming. There was no nudity. There was no nudity going on there. It was it was inappropriate, but there was no nudity.
Maybe we should have done it into the hot tubs and beach category.
Wait a minute. You guys were part of the summoning group?
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Mustard Tiger created it.
Wow. Rude. 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 I'm coming into this late.
See what happens if you don't gaze upon the.
Can you do sweet? Oh no, it's already running towards us.
Apparently, I'm just a second-class citizen over here.
Oof.
The slight is real. The slight is real. Good Lord, Zenz keeps having to have his messages approved.
I gotta approve, you naughty.
Zen has been auto-modded to heck and back over here.
Ocho, you lost your pinkness.
I did. I'm back to my standard outfit.
Boo.
It's all right. Maybe if one of the devs are around, they can change the Paduri here to I'm just talking out my butt. I have no idea. That's why I took as many screenshots as I could, because who knows how long it would have been.
Short-lived, but the blessing of Ocho's pinkness will forever be remembered. That is what she said.
My pinkness is glorious.
She said your pinkness will be forever remembered.
And if you win Vomer's contest, you can get your own version of.
You can get your own pinkness.
That's right.
I guess.
You can be as fabulous.
I mean, let's not lie to the people.
Yeah, but not as. I mean, you set the bar pretty high.
I got distillates and distillates and distillates and distillates.
Oh, look at all that inventory space. Mm-mm.
Look at that unclaimed daily login reward.
The what?
Mm-mm-mm.
What'd you say, Jimmy?
You can win that morph suit and hopefully not burn my eyes.
What's the point if we're not burning your eyes?
You gotta burn someone's eyes. So yes, I believe this is the first event of the year that did not go off on the same day as last year. Interesting. Oh no, wait. Oh well, I mean, this year just started. Never mind. It doesn't. That comparison doesn't make any dang sense. Like, wait, no, it didn't go off last year because last year was it was the 12th, and it was the. No, wait, that was 2021. That was last year. Back to RB.
Somebody's inside it.
It's Ruliana.
Cerulean's violating RB. Bad picture. Or it did for a second.
Oh.
Worship our bee friends.
Oh, that's a good one right there. It looks like her head.
Hey.
So yeah,
hey,
so I guess the Valentine's
around.
Day event is going to be starting any day now, too.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping it would be today, but yeah, it looks like it's not. It would have been
tomorrow.
nice for the show, but
So we can go and have fun in Rosenbrawl.
yeah, I mean, we can still do that regardless of Valentine's.
Yeah, but it's not the same though.
I wouldn't be surprised if it happens tomorrow either, because I definitely doubt it would be starting on Saturday.
Just never know. Those crazy, crazy bastards.
Andy.
Yo, Andy.
Yeah, I used to think they wouldn't start stuff on Friday, and then they auto started stuff on a Friday. So now I don't.
It's right.
Not a thing.
They did that. I think they did that and ended like spectacularly terrible. Like, we never thought they would do that on a Friday, but then they did, and it did not turn out.
It'd be nice if it was tomorrow. Cake trains over the weekend. Something sounds wrong about the phrase "cake trains over the weekend."
Hey, it's 2022. Cake trains.
There's no way that sounds right.
Let people have their kinks.
Kinks.
I'm not trying to kink shame. I'm just saying, whether that's a kink or just food or anything, like, there's just no way that sounds correct.
You could already start the cake train in the form of planning your entry for the romantic cake creation contest. Yes, Palmer. Well done. Well done.
Oh, I already have. So there.
Not gonna lie, Bomber, though. Not gonna lie. I've already looked up a couple recipes.
I kind of want to make a cake train now.
Cake train?
All aboard. Choo choo.
Oh, get it? Choo choo? Ah!
This is so punny.
Train cakes feel... Wait, what? Train cakes feel borderline exploitative, but also they build deep and personal connection.
I don't know what the fuck that is supposed to mean. But there was something... I actually made something funny this morning because... Let's see, where was it? Bumblebread said, "Do you think I have enough time to tame and train some crows and teach them to bake a cake as a video entry?" and I got inspired and like photoshopped the picture from Rick and Two Crows and put like Bumblebread's face on it, which I thought was pretty funny. Here, I'm gonna put it in the thing. It's just, I just grabbed Bumblebread's icon from Discord, Slaps it on the face.
I think Zen's referring to the crazy farming method people do during the event. Oh, as borderline exploitative? Maybe. But in the end, it's just cake, really. So, because you can basically do it, run it as many times as you want now.
It's almost like the real thing.
That started last year. You could run it as many times as you want when they redid the.
Wait. I don't crack you up. I'm not funny. Canadian son of a bitch. Funny.
You're funny.
No, I'm American, so I'm funny. That's how that works.
Trying to think. Yeah. Okay. The tank healer, the raid rebalance was September 2020. So there's a couple events, but it was a Valentine's Day event, or was it they changed around? Changing around the keys came with a rebalance, right? Changing it out so the keys are you could run it as many times as you want.
I think no, you can always run that. You can always run that. That wasn't on keys, I don't think.
But the keys changed with rebalance.
Yeah, I mean, yes, keys changed, but I don't think that thing had keys in the first place, did it? The Valentine's thing?
Or was it I remember last year's Valentine's Day, they changed something about it so that it could be run multiple times, or it could be run. There was something. It was
based on dungeon keys. Wait. Really? Was it? It was based on dungeon keys? Are you sure?
I want to say yes. I want to say that's correct. Yeah. And then it came to the event last year, and they were like, "Wait, but this now has no keys."
Yeah. Okay, but hold on. Like Vollmer said, that wasn't intentional. They fixed that. It wasn't intended to eat your keys. It's not like.
Or was it? Oh, that's what it was. They didn't change the chest last year, and immediately, and so the chest was giving way too much loot because it was still based on the dungeon keys from the previous year. And so they changed it to not be as rewarding, but you could run it as much as you want, so it really didn't
matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
All I remember is that there were some shenanigans with keys, basically.
Right.
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah.
Dude, I had someone say that like the normal chests weren't worth opening, just the patron chests. And I was like, you are out your goddamn mind. Like, they've paid for patron in the game. They're like just fairly newly level 50. And they're trying to say that the only chest worth opening is a patron chest. And I'm like, okay, I get it. A patron chest gives way better XP than an E1 dungeon. An E1 dungeon chest, normal one, is, just E1. It's not a lot. But you don't need a lot either. I was like, you're out your goddamn mind. You could run it 20 times per day maximum. I mean, if it was the old key system, you could just buy keys and there was no maximum.
Right, you could buy
keys.
Yeah. Using moths.
Yeah, even when there was a key limit, if it was dungeon keys, there wasn't a limit. It was just that's how many you had for free. Because I used to run way more than the key limit of dungeons per day. Like back in the day, like when we were really grinding, like we just fucking like burn through shit like crazy.
I'm taking some cake.
And eat it too.
Yeah.
Praise be the cake.
So hopefully that's all figured out. So they don't start it this year and it's like, nope, the chest is too good. Random people just coming by grabbing cake.
Wait, why is there cake there?
Why not?
Someone put down cake.
Yeah. I think I still have like 100 in my bank or something.
I have 68 cakes on me.
I don't have any on me, which is why I still have it in my bank.
What is it?
No, I still have 200 cakes from last year. 200.
$200 cakes.
Some 200 cakes. I don't need any cake this year. Like at all.
Like you don't actually have to farm it because you already have it.
Yeah, I don't need it. I'll do it just because. Well, you know what I mean? I like the fight. I like the
No, yeah, it's a fun fight. It actually is a really fun fight, and it's a good investigation before it if you've never done it.
Yeah, so I'll do the mission for sure, but like you use a lot of cakes if you're doing progressive rating. Yeah, but you mean if you're failing at the rate a lot, you lose a lot of cakes. But even then, it's only one person has to put down a cake. It's not like you need 10 people to put down a cake. So it's still like you don't burn through that many. There's an extremely in-depth guide for both investigation and the boss encounter. I have a video guide of the
I think Vomer is saying that you could find that at TSWDB.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm not replacing that. I'm saying I have a video guide of the run. Like, you know how you have to chase her through the streets and get around the tornadoes and all that shit?
Oh yeah, that part, yes.
I made a brand new character and leveled them to 15 just to do that mission with like no stats, no teleports, no, you know what I mean? Like no special tricky ways to get around the stuff, and just ran it at Bates level to show that yes, you can do it. So there, I have a guide video of how to do the run. Yeah, I'm not trying to replace like Vomer's, TSWDB like investigation guide or anything like that. I just mean like the actual chase encounter. It can be useful to see how to do that without gadgets or flicker or something. Although actually, that does make shit easier.
If you think about it, that actually is there aren't too many missions in the game. I hedge that because I'm not sure there are. That it's basically an investigation mission, what's the name of the missions that are the little sabotage? It's sort of like an investigation, a sabotage, and an action mission simultaneously. All three.
Yeah, Valentine's kind of did encapsulate kind of everything.
Yeah.
And PvP.
And PvP, right.
Remember the initial boss encounter where the stacks didn't go away? Yes, I do, Leo. And I remember, I forget his name. He streams too. He was actually annoyed that they took it away because he was beating like the...
It's a lot of salt on that cake.
Yeah, no.
He was beating, I think, like E14 or something with like green weapons with the stacks not going away bug, because that was not intended. And then they fixed it. And he was like, this was already easy before they fixed it. This is bullshit. I think I remember him doing Conamil, I think his name was. I think he was doing the E14 of that boss fight with like green pistols or something with the stack bug, which is not as hard as E17, but it's pretty close. Um,
It's actually bad. Actually, before we even had the show tonight, I completely forgot about Valentine's Day. Just entirely forgot about it.
It's not that
That it's
important
like
of a holiday.
that it's like, oh, what is this Valentine's Day supposed to be? Oh, it's like tomorrow. Oh.
I mean,
Okay.
it's not tomorrow, it's Monday, but it's pretty fucking close.
It is pretty close. It's only because my wife and I don't really celebrate Valentine's Day because our anniversary was 3 days ago. So
Well, I mean, it's because you're obviously focused on the Super Bowl.
obviously, yes.
There's still time.
Oh yeah,
to
yeah,
delay.
totally.
Fuck you, Zen. If I get a lay, I'm using it on Zen.
I'm sure there's maybe Valentine's Day special. Home Depot has Valentine's
Depot,
Day
Lowe's,
specials.
Ace
Yeah.
Hardware.
I just binge watched Dexter New Blood, okay? Like, I'm ready to go. Let's lay some people.
Lathe all the things.
I can't tell if Zen put asterisks or if it got censored.
No, that's you can't put links.
Oh, it's a link.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm afraid.
Is it a link to Home Depot?
Link to Home Depot's Valentine's Day lathes.
I don't need a lathe. I really don't.
You need a lathe, a drill press.
A drill press I could probably make more use of than a lathe.
Well, you can make anything rounded or shaped with a lathe.
I have a skill saw and I have a jigsaw.
Amateurs.
Jigsaws are always fun.
And I have a hacksaw.
I've got an axe.
And my axe.
Actually, no. My
You wanna start with an
relatives.
axe? I used to.
My
I know I have a
in-laws.
sledgehammer.
There was one time a hurricane was passing through, and for some reason I was like, we have all these trees surrounding us, and I was like, what if something happens and like one of the tree falls and like I don't really have anything, like I need an axe. And because we live in like a condo development, so we don't really have space for any other real equipment. But I was like, I need an axe, and they just found that so funny that they like now they bought me like 4 or 5 different axes. I've got like axes everywhere.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I've got like random tools that mostly is I've like
So,
bought
like-
myself when I need to do something.
Like
That
they gave me.
is funny. This is like a little tiny axe.
It's like a multi-tool. It's got like a whole bunch of multi-tool, but it's got like a giant axe on it. Yeah.
I mean, I guess for a multi-tool that's giant, but I mean like that's like an axe to cut your steak with or something.
That's what a real man uses.
Or maybe your French fries.
But I've got like 2 or 3 more. Like I have my axe cup runneth over at this point.
Well, you don't spread butter on your bread with an axe?
I shave with it. I just
Lives in a condo, needs an axe. But what are your feelings about business cards, Mr. Bateman? Okay, so I have a story about that. I was renting a room at some point in like my
I have them.
20s, my mid-20s. I was
Okay.
renting a room somewhere, and I come downstairs to the living room, and on the screen, like they have like in TV in the living room, there's just a business card, and I was like, oh, American Psycho. And the person watching the movie literally like their jaw straight up dropped open, and they like paused the movie, and they're like, how the hell? 'Cause I just like walked in, saw the screen for like a nanosecond.
Saw
was-
one frame of a
I
movie.
saw one frame, and it was the frame of like the business card on the screen. Like that's it. And I was like, American Psycho. I know that movie. And they're like, what the hell? Like, A, how did you do that? B, what's wrong with you that you know that movie from that scene? Like, yeah, I probably any scene from American Psycho, I would be like, American Psycho. I mean, arguably, I think the best part might be when he's trying to feed the kitten to the ATM machine. Like, that's pretty funny. But I think if you saw that scene on TV and you're like, oh, American Psycho, no one would be like...
No one would question that, yeah.
They'd be like, oh, obviously not many movies have a scene of someone trying to feed a cat to an ATM machine.
Funny.
I mean, he doesn't actually do it. Like, he's not shoving the cat, like, physically, but it's like he's sort of pantomiming, like, it's like, feed me the cat, the ATM machine says, and he's like, should I do it with the kitten? Yeah. So, like, it's not gross, but it's just weird. Refram said it'd be really hard for me to pick out since I exclusively watch media that prominently features business cards full screen. To be fair, it wasn't even like just a business card. It was like the it was like the shot, like even like the lighting, the coloring. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure there's other like commercials and stuff that show like a business card on the screen, right? But it was like just that specific shot. And I didn't read it. I didn't read the text. So it's not like I read the text on the card and was like, oh, it's his card. It was just the framing, the lighting, the mood, and the card. I was like, oh, that's what it is.
Just hit you the right way, yeah.
Yeah. But it was the wife of the guy whose house it was I was renting the room at, and she was like literally just like awestruck. She was like, what the fuck? Yeah, American Psycho. It's a good movie.
We're all around here worshiping the bee. It's a little weird. But it's normal for Secret World.
Yeah, this is all we need is someone with a zebra mask head.
I think I have.
Now, what would make it weirder is if we were all in pink morph suits. Hint, 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 hint.
As you wish. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Yeah, I don't know why we need to be zebras either, but that's what they said.
So you could change our costumes whenever you want. It's always fun. Always fun. We always get a kick out of it. We do have something else we wanted to discuss tonight, though. Jimmy.
What? Who?
How you doing? We came upon a critique of Secret World done by a YouTuber.
Yes.
It is something. Jimmy went over the video, went over the critique of Secret World, and it took about 3 hours. 3 hours to critique the critique of Secret World, if you will.
Now, mind you, the source video was 30 minutes long.
Yes.
So what you doing is stretching out
3 hours
for content.
to go over the 30-minute video.
Oh, hang on. We got something going.
Yes. Yeah.
Why did my headphones die? Hold on.
So it's really honest, like, what about me?
There we go.
Oh yeah, they just died. What the hell?
Here's a link to Jimmy's video. All right, this is just it's a thing now.
Oh, I would love to see the faces on new people when they jump in.
That was a brilliant time for my headphones to just fucking turn off.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, gotta take more screenshots.
Yeah, that. My headphones just apparently decided to turn off. They didn't warn me. They just were like, boop. And then somehow we're all pink. I don't know how that happened at the same time. I don't know what kind of fucking shit that is.
It's just waiting for people to jump in, yeah, and just really question reality. Really
Yeah.
is what's gonna go on here.
Oh, the glowing eyes is a good touch. I feel like I should probably do that. I wonder if I do that, if it'll fuck it up though.
Don't mess it up.
Change the costume? It might,
Yeah.
because you're changing the costume itself. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, put my head back on. That's funny.
I don't see it in your head. Well,
Yeah.
No, I do.
oh.
I see my Usagi mask on. I took it off, and now I have glowing eyes. Fiery eyes. I'm a fiery eyes.
Now I think people are just coming around and being like, if I start worshiping this too, will I also be able to to get a pink suit? Whoever did that, thank you. You're awesome.
Okay, I see what you mean.
You're amazing.
I see what you mean, Bummer.
Gosh darn it.
What?
So yes. So
Anyways.
anyway.
Yeah, so I spent 3 hours going over a 30-minute thing, and then someone else like commenting on my YouTube video of this was honestly kind of a jackass. Said you should look at this other person's video, and I made the mistake of looking at that, and that video is like an hour plus or something, and I was like, good lord, it'd take me for fucking ever to review this pile of horse shit. So I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna do that, because I think it would just be so. I think I figured out that it would take me like, if I took the same amount of time, 3 hours to 30 minutes, it would take me like 6 hours to go over this fucking other video.
Oh.
And I don't know if anyone wants to see that.
I mean, I watched you do it. I watched you do it live, and I was actually kind of riveted most of the time.
You know, honestly, like, as much shit as Kalani gives me, like, that's like, she said that she was pretty interested the whole time. So I mean, that's like nice to hear that it wasn't just, you know,
it wasn't just empty critiquing either. Like you brought to the table, like, basically what we're going off is this video of this person coming back. He has a whole series of worst MMO ever series, and it was like Secret World Legends worst MMO ever.
Question mark.
Question mark. And so he basically comes in and plays the game for a certain period of time, and like many other YouTubers, game content creators out there, he has his own style and his own thoughts on the game and his own in jokes and what have you. But most of the things that he was saying about Secret World were just off.
Like wrong?
They were just they were just wrong, or they were just
bizarre.
Like,
or you didn't listen or look at anything that happened.
Making assumptions without, I don't know, talking to anybody about that. Like,
yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah.
Lots of it was really strange.
So I would say spend 3 hours and watch Jimmy's, because it makes a lot more sense.
So to be fair, it has gotten more people to pick up the game again. Either people that played it before and are now playing it out of spite because that video wasn't good, and they're like, I'm going to go back and play this because it's better than what they said. Or people that never heard of it, and in spite of what he said about it, were like, oh, the concept still intrigues me, I'm going to give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's probably been a net positive as far as people that have never heard of the game maybe potentially trying it. The issue I have with it being so bad, though, is that basically immediately after doing that stream, right, I hosted someone else, Eben Blade. I hosted them immediately after, and they played Secret World before, right? And I think they're now playing like Final Fantasy. Was it 14 is the MMO?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, hey, yeah, I just finished, said hi. Like, hey, I'm hosting you. I just finished a review of that video. And they're like, oh, yeah, 5 minutes in, I knew he was wrong. Like, I knew this was bad.
Yeah.
And then what I found interesting about their reaction to it is they said that historically they had trusted his series of stuff as like whether I should try this game or not. And the fact that he, like, 5 minutes in, they knew he was so off base on some of his comments on Legends actually made them question whether they should go back and try other games that they have not tried specifically because of his reviews.
Yeah, like that actually, like after seeing that one review, or after seeing this one about Secret World, where it's just like, yeah, this does not actually endear me to pretty much anything that this guy now says. But I'm pretty well versed in many different MMOs, specifically some that he has done. So maybe I want to go back and watch those and be like, let's see how accurate he is with those ones.
Like the only one I went and watched was Warframe, and I didn't watch the whole thing. I like blipped through it, skipping through, just kind of see what he did. Mm-hmm. And in the Warframe one, at least he covered how fucking crazy the card upgrade system is and how it kind of doesn't really tell you what to do with that. But the thing is, he covers that in that review, and then also covers like how it really works. He covers how it's bad in telling you what to do. And then he also says how it really works, which is already 10 times the effort he put into the SeaWorld review.
Right, yeah. And he has one for like worst MMO ever, Guild Wars 1. Guild Wars 1, okay, graphically, I don't necessarily think it holds up. It doesn't hold up in a whole bunch of ways. It has a more classic feel to it now. But Guild Wars 1 is still like it's one of the MMOs that basically shaped the genre as we know it. Like you see our skill bar is like only like six buttons long, and we've got like a whole bunch of skills to choose from. That is basically the Guild Wars formula. And that's what they did in Guild Wars 1, which at the time was revolutionary. But he has a video that is like worst MMO of all time, Guild Wars 1. But I'm pretty sure his review comes across as it being still good. Like still.
Well, no, okay. So just to be fair, his title is clickbaity, but it actually does end in a question mark. So It's worst MMO ever, ? Which is like really fucking annoying. But it's really just is this the worst one ever? Like, honestly, I'm waiting for the worst MMO ever. Like, wow. Like.
Yeah.
Like, I'm waiting because he
well, that's coming.
Waiting for worst MMO ever. Wow. Worst MMO ever. Final Fantasy. Because it's just a review of MMOs, but framed from that perspective. And it's not saying it's the worst. It's just like looking at MMOs and like, I guess, looking for the worst. And so all of the ones are not the worst, or more realistically, it seems like he's setting it up for you to decide. He's not deciding. He's laying out what he thinks of the game, and it's more like you decide if this is the worst one or not.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a very negative approach to looking at a game in the first place. That whole
right. It's coming at it from the negative angle.
Yeah, it already sets up the framework to be not right. And to Kalani's point, this review he did was like super recent. Like my review of his review is like maybe a week older than his actual. Like it like just came out. This isn't an old video he did. This is really, really new. He's done like another one since, I think. So this was like a brand new thing he did.
Yeah.
And it's just not like it's a bad video. Like it's a bad review.
I think that's what it comes down to. It's a bad review because it gets a whole bunch of there's a whole bunch of stuff that is just flat out wrong. And if you're getting that much wrong, it's not a review at that point. Because you're not looking at it from an honest perspective.
Well, even from an informed perspective, or I mean, I don't know, like what do you like? You literally didn't listen or pay attention to stuff and then later say things that can contradict what your character went through. So it's just really strange. The weird TSW bias from someone that never even played TSW is strange. The link to a TSW playthrough in the middle of the review is strange. There's a reason it's a 3-hour video, right? That I did, because there's a bunch of shit that's just really bizarre. So I could talk about it for quite a while.
Jesus Christ. How many of us are? One, two,
anyways, what I thought was interesting was, and why I do think that my review of that is kind of important that it exists in general, is that there are people that took his reviews of games as like a barometer of whether to try a game or not. And the person I rated after I did that review specifically had not played certain MMOs because of that guy's reviews, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they'd seen his reviews on a game and went, I'm gonna pass based on what he said. And
right,
now,
taking it at face value.
Now that they've seen Legends, and because they'd already played Legends, know how wrong he was, they literally voiced their concern that shit, maybe he was like, too, because I have no frame of reference for those ones. So maybe I've missed some decent games because I was paying attention to him. So while it has generated some interest in the game, and we've seen new players in the game because of his video, or old returning players because of his video, there is also the possibility, just based on that random interaction, that there are people that see that video at surface value and go, I'm not playing that game.
Yeah, there's a lot of that you can take from it that is very damaging, but you have to look at it from its face value. Is it really truthful? But we're talking about YouTube viewers.
I think part of the problem is it seems like some of his earlier videos were more in depth and more accurate, and so he's kind of trading on that built up trust, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, his growing community can help spread that message that these games that he reviews are actually not good.
Well, not all of them. Not
general...
every game he reviews is negative. But the point is, his past reviews were like, if you go look at his past reviews, most of those videos were an hour, and his newer videos are 30 minutes. That tells you something right there, right? Right.
Well, he's trying to get underneath the algorithm cutoff, which is around like 18 minutes.
His older videos were more in depth, and so people have learned to trust what he says. And now he's fucking phoning it in. But those same people initially see those videos with zero skepticism. They trust it. He built that trust. And unfortunately, that's negative for this game because he fucking butchered it, like, really badly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So while I think maybe on the whole it's a net positive, just because of number of eyeballs on the
right,
it exists.
It's that any news is good news sort of effect.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't necessarily agree with that, just because I've like randomly within minutes of ending my stream found someone that was like, hey, I used to trust this shit and didn't play games because of him, and I only don't trust this because I already played this game. To me, that's kind of damning. That's like, fuck, man. So that's when I was like, I'm glad I made this video, because maybe someone somewhere sees it and goes like, oh shit, there's a lot wrong with that. Maybe I'll try it anyway.
There's also another reason, because unfortunately we don't have the dislike button anymore. The numbers.
Yeah, the funny part about that is I can still kind of guesstimate what that is, because on my end I see in the back end the ratio. I don't see the actual number of dislikes, but it'll be like,
on his videos.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or any videos. You can still see yours, but not anybody else.
Right, but I can look at my analytics and go like. I also, by the way, it doesn't give me numbers. It just gives me percentage. But I'm like, oh, I have this many likes, and it's 61%. Like, fuck, I have a lot of dislikes.
Ooh, yeah.
61% likes, and I only have 12 likes. Well, there's a bunch of dislikes too.
Right. Oof.
I mean, look, honestly, those dislikes are probably all people in the goddamn Discord. All those dislikes are actually probably people I know. I'm gonna throw it out there. People disliking my video are fucking old school players that know me and don't like me, or are disliking to be just a jackass. Like 100%. I don't think a lot of my videos get dislikes from random people. I think they get dislikes from people in the community that just don't care for me, which I think is kind of sad, but probably true. I mean, there's someone in the community that put on the Reddit that I created 12,000 Jersey22 accounts just to dislike that video. There's a known player in the community that put on Reddit I think the statement, no one should ever watch anything Jimmy the Rabbit does. Right? So like I definitely have personal hate detractors, not just like random hate. I have one dislike currently, pretty sure it came from Reddit, but same, don't have fans everywhere, but most wouldn't take time to downvote. Yeah, right. Whereas like most people like wouldn't take the time to downvote. Well, it's also really obvious when I make a video that like there's why would you downvote like, I don't know, beating Tank Commander on guitar? Right? Like why would anyone downvote that video? It's just ridiculous. Why would why would you downvote it?
Like I don't like Tank Commander. I think that.
No, the only people downvoting that are like, "Fuck you, Jimmy." Like that's who's doing it. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like what they don't understand is that even if they downvote and they hit the thumbs down, you're still getting action. It doesn't matter if it's thumbs up or thumbs down. Yeah. That's why they're removing the dislikes. Well, that's a whole other.
Yeah. But I mean, legitimately, technically, you shouldn't care. Interaction is interaction. Yeah.
True. Yeah, click-through rate. Yeah, that's what you're looking for. And even the CTR is kind of like a wishy-washy, wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey kind of thing.
Timey-wimey.
Excuse me.
You have been infected. It's coming through.
A while ago. It's been a while.
It's the 0-point pathogen.
It is. I caught it back in November. So yeah. So I would still suggest to watch Jimmy's video. 3 hours, but it's a good 3 hours.
Yeah, you got nothing to do.
You have nothing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Throw it on. It's
You're waiting for Lost Ark to download, install, watch.
Right. I what I found most interesting is I feel like it's I mean it's lazy, but at the same time they took any effort they spent was on spinning things in a negative way. Mm-hmm. Like there was effort spent to spin things in a negative fashion or to cut video editing like in a negative fashion. So or even stage a crash in a negative fashion.
Yeah.
Like any effort they put in was only in the negative, but they didn't look at. I mean, I don't understand how to review when you look at none of the systems. How do you review a game and not look at its loot boxes? I mean, hello? What? It's not like mentioned he even looks at the login, the patron stuff, and you get a cache key, and doesn't touch that at all. But sees that there's keys for dungeons, and says, "Oh, the dungeons are locked to keys," which he straight up says that you can only do dungeons if you're a patron, which would only be 1 key a day. Like,
which is just straight up not true.
But if you took what he said at face value, you would believe that you could only open 1 dungeon chest, 1 lair chest, and 1 scenario chest a day, and only if you paid. But that's not remotely the case, right? But can you imagine a game like where you could only open 1 dungeon chest a day? Like, you beat the first boss, open dungeon chest. Well, I guess I better leave. I can't open another chest till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense at all, but he fucking says that shit. You have the biggest part of the Patreon is like the big screen that says 1 cache key a day for the loot boxes. He doesn't talk about it at all.
Mm-mm.
If you're reviewing any goddamn game, one of the first things you talk about is
how they make money.
If it has a loot box system, monetization, and the always, clickbaity, is it pay to win, right?
Right.
You didn't even jump on that free clickbait. Like, I don't believe it. I don't think it's true. I think the arguments about Secret being pay to win are fucking bullshit. But he didn't even jump on that. You know what I mean? He didn't even bite at that. And that is big, fat, juicy clickbait stuff. That's how lazy of a review it was. Like, that's how in-depth of a review it was. And also, he claimed 8 hours of playtime, and he only got to the fucking doctor's office. Like, that's bullshit.
If it takes you 8 hours to get there.
I got there in 4 hours on a guitar. Okay. And I was tuning my guitar and smacking it and rebinding frequencies the whole time because it was my first time playing on guitar. And I got to that fucking thing in 4 hours. There's no goddamn way.
I think you even mentioned how, like, even something as basic as in the introduction, in the tutorial, where they bring in the Revenant, and the Revenant teaches you to dodge out of the way, that he actually completely cut that part so he can make the point that it doesn't teach you anything.
Yeah, he could make his point that tutorials show you things you never reuse in the game ever again, which I think is like a thing he tries, like, it's just like a talking point of his that he likes to say about all kinds of games is all tutorials show you shit you never use. And then he proceeds to cut the content that you would use literally all the time. But the thing is, he's doing the voiceover during the Revenant fight, but cut the part where the Revenant shows you, like, the animatic shows you how to dodge out of cast lines. It's so fucking, like, that's just scummy to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's just straight up scummy. Yeah, he thinks guides everyone games. Like, that's just dumb. Oh, I'm sorry, Valmer. That one hurt you. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. No, he's fucking, like, that's just dumb. It's just dumb. I think I comment in my review. I was like, you're acting like Google's fucking heroin. Like, he literally said you had to have the strength of fortitude and will to not go look up a guide. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Like, listen, I love playing classic Sierra games. Like, they are just one giant puzzle. If but part of the fun is not using guides to play them. But I wouldn't say it's not like it's some intestinal fortitude, like, to do it.
You're not like slapping your hand away from the mouse. Don't look at the guide. Don't do it.
Damn you.
I gotta put a lock in my browser. Like, the way he described it was like, basically it's a goddamn heroin addiction, and you're never gonna be able, because a guide exists, you're never gonna be able to not look at it. Just fucking absurd. It's just absurd.
Yeah, I don't know how we survived back in the 90s with, like, walkthrough books and guidebooks. We were, like, constantly going to the library or the bookstore. It's like, hey man, you got another one of those books?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with guides. There's nothing wrong with guides at all. Like, because because even without even without guides, right?
This is old school.
Watch out, kids. Don't read it.
You know what the best part of like playing games with your friends was you guys helping each other figure out stuff, right? And how is that not the same thing as a guide? When your friend figures out something you didn't, and you figure out something he didn't, and you help each other, right? That's no different. Like, you didn't solve it 100% yourself.
Correct. This book is a copyright 1990.
The guides are there to help everyone who doesn't have a master's degree in cryptography or in typing knowledge of weird shenanigans. Well, exactly.
It's also the same people who says, "Oh, you didn't really play the game if you play it on easy mode. Why don't you do it on hard?" It's like, no. A lot of people like to play the game on easy just to experience the story and how everything works.
No, I'm gonna disagree. You need to play. You need to play Secret on Bananas. You need to play it on Bananas.
That's right. Play it on Mountain Dew cans first.
Then graduate to the squawking chickens.
Turn your monitor upside down.
Yeah.
Like a real player, guy.
Like a real gamer.
Yeah, get wrecked, noob.
You can't play a game upside down. Who the heck are you?
Play it on a trombone.
Play it on a trombone somehow.
I would love to see that.
I forget who I was telling about playing upside down. But like the most jacked up part about me playing, I played Overwatch upside down for like goddamn 6 hours straight. And the worst part was I turned my mouse upside down so that like the motion would be correct.
Okay.
Right? But this is a gaming mouse, right? It's ergonomic the right way, but the wrong way
is anything
the wrong
but
way. You have to make a goddamn claw shape with your hand to try and click on buttons. Like, my hand was in this weird fucking claw shape so I could try and click on this upside down mouse for 6 fucking hours. It was like, it physically hurt. It literally physically hurt.
Oh yeah.
I think there's a setting you could have changed it, invert your mouse.
No, you can't. I flipped my A and D, so left and right were flipped on WASD. But you actually, in Overwatch, you can't flip your mouse. I tried. So I just ended up unplugging my wireless mouse and turning it around. And which did work, but yeah, horrible claw grip. Like just like my elbow's way out here. Like, it was so fucking weird. So I thought you meant you were upside down. No, I took so in Windows you can just say rotate desktop, and I rotated my desktop upside down. And I had a second camera on my desk pointed at the monitor, so like you could see that I actually had it upside down, because I understand that like someone could just like flip it to OBS and say it's upside down. Like, so I actually had a camera pointing at the monitor so you could see that it was really upside down. And yeah, there was a new deathmatch map that came out that weekend, and I learned the whole map upside down. I'd never played it before, and it to this day I'm still relearning that map right side up. I don't know where to go because I learned it upside down.
So
I don't understand
because you
right
learned it
up.
one way, and brain plasticity and learning plasticity, you're screwed because you learned it the wrong way first. So yeah,
I learned it the wrong way, and the whole thing is like I get lost all the time in that map because I spent 6 hours in it upside down, and that's how I learned it. And now I don't know where the fuck anything is.
Yeah, it's all gone. It's all gone. Yeah. That's amazing.
I mainly played SEO for story beats. I need to play a hard game. I'll take Dark Souls. Yeah, I've super enjoyed all the Souls games. I'm actually super looking forward to Elden Ring end of this month.
Oh yeah, yeah. Many people are, yeah. But certain games have certain strengths, and sometimes you just want to see what the strength of the game is. You know.
Yeah. No, for the thing is, like, I don't really like. Here's the thing: if you played Legends for I'm gonna say 4 hours. He didn't play it for fucking 8 hours. Fuck that guy. That didn't happen. If he played it for 8 hours, he was AFK for 4 of it. But if you play Legends even for 8 hours, you have not experienced the combat. he was missing 2 abilities on his bar the entire time because he never upgraded and never spent his AP and SP, even though he had a shit ton of it. Like,
Right.
you don't know Secret World combat until much further in the game, right? Like, until you're actually messing around with builds and different abilities for different situations, and knowing whether you need to bring an impair or a cleanse. Like, that stuff happens like way later. But the combat does actually get, like, when you do Dark Agartha, especially like at a higher E level, there's lots of variables happening, and it's actually like fun. Like in like a in, I mean, I'm not saying it's never fun before that, but I'm saying it's fun in like a challenging kind of. There's a fuck ton going on. You have to really be on the ball.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do everything right, you feel fucking awesome, because it's not just like a face roll. It's not just you just slide your hand over your keys back and forth and go like, oh yeah, I killed that thing. Which admittedly, Kingsmith can be like that, right? You're first in the game, you have a couple basic abilities, you're just killing some zombies. Yeah, that's fine. It's a starter zone. That's what the fuck it's for. I don't know of any game
that's what starting zones are all about. Yeah.
Starting zones don't have fucking raid mechanics. Like, get over it. It's not how games function. But like, when I'm in Dark Agartha, and there's the, what is it? It's not the succubus. It's the male one, the hell demon. And
Incubi.
He puts down the turrets.
Oh right, yes, yeah.
And they fire the laser beams, and there's enough of them that all of a sudden, like, there's like a pinwheel of goddamn death, because there's like a star pattern, and you're like, like dodge rolling out of the pinwheel, plus like 3 other mechanics happening at the same time, and you're trying to, like, dodge all the shit, stay alive, and keep attacking, and you're like when you execute that well, you're like, this is fucking awesome. Like, so the combat in the game has times, even in playing through the story, there's like times where you can get like some good, challenging and interesting stuff happening, but you're not going to get that in the starting zone versus like level 2 zombies or something. It's just not going to happen.
And you shouldn't expect that to happen.
No. And like the other thing he likes to say, because apparently the idea is 0 to 100. The other thing that guy likes to say is like, oh, well, I have to play 100 hours for the game to be good. Well, then it's not good. Like, well, that's not uncommon for an MMO to need you to invest 100 hours to get anywhere decent. Like, I don't think that's actually uncommon at all. But B, there's a big difference between like 100 hours and like, say, 10, 20. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would argue that Legends does have a pretty decent level. Like, story-wise, you should be getting hooked pretty early. But if the story isn't your cup of tea for whatever reason, find a different game. Fuck off. Like,
it's not going to hook you. Yeah.
The story is the draw. But
like,
beyond
even
that,
a part of it, didn't he say something like, it's like, he's like, oh, the lore isn't interesting, and it's like, that's where you just want to slap him across the face.
Yeah, he didn't read any of the lore though. Like, he didn't read any. Like, he didn't pick up Legends.
Wait,
he just walked past
what is this? Lore Legends?
Yeah, I know. Lawful doesn't know what it is either. He didn't. He walked past every single honeycomb. He didn't pick it up, and he never read it.
Get my lore pillow and smack you with it.
So any text he was talking about was like maybe mission turn-ins, maybe, and also he didn't like Geary, so fuck him.
Oh my gosh, right? Yeah, he was like, oh, this character is like trying too hard.
Well, he said they were what was it? Laissez-faire.
Laissez-faire. Yeah.
Yeah, which.
You can't
doesn't make any
KG
sense.
cringe and dated.
But doesn't it that doesn't make any sense, because laissez-faire means like not caring. I looked it up to be sure, and nothing about KG is like not caring.
Yeah, laissez-faire basically just it's like saying lazy. It's a
Yeah, so that like it was I think he just wanted to say a fancy word because it doesn't apply to Geary at all. Like you could some people don't like certain NPCs. Some people don't like KG. They just find her like too grating or off-putting or whatever. It's not their thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree, but I could see how someone could have a differing opinion. But you can't say someone is. You can't say someone has a lazy attitude when that is like the antithesis of their personality in the game.
Mm-hmm. Like,
Right?
it's like, oh, KG is very hands off. Like, no, she's not. She's always harping on you for doing stuff.
Yeah, like it didn't make any sense at all. Who doesn't like Geary? I understand why no one likes Bongchaw, but exactly. Bongchaw, like there's a reason, spoilers, the game's been out for fucking ever, so almost 10 years. There's a reason the Dragon get a new faction leader.
Yeah.
Because Bongchaw is fucking cardboard. Bongshaw's a cardboard cutout. Like, there's a reason that needed to change.
And they bring in one of the best ones, really.
And they bring in and you get one that actually makes more sense, I think, for a Dragon. But
yeah.
Geary? But also, even if you don't like them, you wouldn't call Geary, like, even if you didn't like Geary, you wouldn't call her laissez-faire.
No.
No. Fuck you say it. Like, it's just the wrong adjective.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like looking at like a skinny person and being like, they're fat. And you're like, wait, what? You cannot like them, but they're not fat. Like, hold on. That's the wrong adjective. It's just completely inaccurate. They're fat. They're pretty hot.
They're fat, yo. That would even be before 2012.
Were they going for blasé? No, they had a bunch of adjectives that didn't make sense. They had a string in a row, but laissez-faire was the one that was like the most obviously off. But the other adjectives weren't like much better. Like they said she was carefree. What the fuck? What about KG? What about KG says carefree to you? What? This is why the fucking thumbnail of that video has me face palming, because I fucking do it in the video for real. I wasn't memeing.
That's why it took you 3 hours.
Yeah, because there's so much shit wrong, and it's so just like, what the fuck? Although, to be fair, I think the facepalm from the thumbnail is when he says Norma is Southern. He says Norma Creed is Southern, and I was like,
from Canada.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Southern, good lord. As she mentions, like, Cheers reruns. Like, no, it's not Southern.
It's in Maine. There's nothing Southern about the accent at all. Yeah, and great. Yeah, someone else said that Maine is south of Canada. Yeah, it's not Southern, and I understand that the guy is not American, but I still maintain that a classic Southern, especially a female's Southern accent, is pretty classically known in modern film, right? It's all over the place. I think you can be not American and still know what a Southern female sounds like, and it ain't fucking Norma Creed. Jesus Christ.
It's a pretty dang far away from Norma Creed, yeah. And what do I say? Norma Creed actually has a pretty good voice actor. Like, they're fantastic.
Yeah. There's nothing Southern about it, like, at all.
It's
like,
it's
not even
straight
a
up. It's straight up New England.
Norma's about as Southern as my tattered head is Yankee.
And his only words on the station master were, "Oh, look, the conductor from the Polar Express." Yeah, it's
see that
actually
is like I'm like, all right,
yeah.
That's funny, and it's not like that far off. Like,
yeah,
I'm like, okay, I'd let that one slide. Like, I could see someone legitimately having that like first impression. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't even like, as long as it's not overly negative. Like, it's just kind of funny. Like, all right, that's whatever. You know. What if he said, like, it's the witch doctor from Beetlejuice? I'd be like, you're fucking high. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Which is how I feel with the Norma Creed thing, right? It's like so fucking like
it's
off.
Just
it's
yeah,
ridiculous.
Craziness.
Yeah, there was a lot of cuts. There was a lot of cuts, and there was that level 50 person that seemed to be showing him
right. He was
around.
like, "Look, I beat the boss at the end of whatever the street is." It's like, "Oh, I beat the boss at the end of that street in like one hit."
Yeah, and that was a negative. That was like it wasn't just like he said it was easy. Like he framed that as a negative for the game. Like bosses are too easy. Combat sucks. I killed this boss in one shot. And
But as there was a
50
level 50 standing right next to him. Yeah.
They ran from the side and killed it.
Yeah.
And in the initial even the Twitch stream where I slowed that down and looked at it, it wasn't until YouTube editing the video for YouTube that I realized that earlier in the footage he's following that same person up a ladder to go find a camera.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't think it's beyond the realm of possibility that it wasn't just some random level 50 like running through and killing something. I think they were actively helping on purpose. Like just based on the other appearances in the footage, they appear to be helping on purpose. So it just seems super sketchy, especially with the other stuff that he set up for content in the video, right? The other edits that were made for content. Like, I feel like that one was also possibly knowingly made for content. Also, I don't know how the fuck you missed that in editing anyways. Even if you didn't see it happen at the time, there's no way you don't see in editing that the level 50 person just ran through and killed it for you. But then to make a point of your review like, oh, combat sucks because I can just one-shot a boss. Like that, you're fucking lying. You're fucking lying.
Yeah. And there's a huge difference between just, getting something wrong because you just don't have the experience of knowing it, and then just lying, and then just lying about it. Like it wasn't even true.
Not true. Obviously not true, and possibly intentionally set up.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't be the only thing in that video set up for content, set up to make something look a certain way.
So I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and I'll watch like his Guild Wars one and see exactly how off that is either, or if that one's actually like more legit. But then I don't know, because maybe I don't want my YouTube recommendations to suddenly start recommending him.
Right? So now you watch it, all of a sudden you're going to start getting similar.
You watch 2 of his videos. Oh, you like this guy?
Yeah, here's some more.
We're gonna show you all of them now.
I think I just saw on my YouTube feed he has a new video how like. It's like not even very long. It's maybe like 10 minutes. New World is not a bad MMO or something like that. Like, who's paying you to play New World? Who's paying you to play New World, buddy? You know what I mean?
I was a big believer of New World when it first started. I was like, okay, it has some issues. It could be good. It's just snowball effect. Got worse and worse and worse.
See, I knew it was gonna be bad because I waited a bit and then I actually purchased it. And once I purchased it, that's when it was like, nope, now it's starting to be bad. Like, I knew it.
I knew it. I still want to finish at least the story playthrough. I haven't gone back and finished it. Mainly because there's a bunch of shit that annoys me. The amount, oh my god, I don't understand how you can have some of the complaints he had about Secret World and be all up New World's ass, because there's some shit in that game. I don't find the combat to be great in New World, to be perfectly honest.
Okay.
And I don't like the respawn times on shit. I get it probably because it's high population game, but the respawn times on shit is so fast. Like, I'll complete something and I'll be trying to read something I just picked up, and the boss I just killed spawns right back in front of me inside of 20 seconds. And I'm just I'll die to it. And I'm like, fuck off, dude. Like, that's not
okay.
Pet peeves,
yeah. If you give me something to read
when I pick it up.
Yeah. If you give me something to read, then give me the freaking time to read it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not a thing. Also, even I'm trying to follow the base storyline, and it feels like I mean, I guess this is kind of true of Secret World as well. You have to go do other things, but it feels like very, very early in the story, they're like, oh, now go here. And it's like fucking 200 miles away, and there's no fast travel, and you have to fucking walk like over just a crazy amount of terrain through zones not intended for your level at all by like 10 times your level to get to the guy at the end to talk to for 2 seconds who's like level 2. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Why did I traverse like half the goddamn continent to talk to someone? And if you're gonna say I have to do like other content before I do that, then why is that guy level 2 when I get there? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that doesn't make any sense.
In a way, that's kind of what I feel about Final Fantasy 14. Like I tried playing Final Fantasy 14 not too long ago. They've got a free trial. So I was like, and the free trial basically encompasses the entire base game and then like the first expansion or something like that. And so the trial is you're restricted. You can only have a certain amount of, currency, and you can't actually whisper other people, which is just rude because they're whispering me. Like how every time someone would be like, "Are you a new player?" and I'm like, "I can't respond to you. Sorry."
You dirty freeloader.
Yeah. So,
They're all,
but that's
rude, asshole.
But yeah, fine. Don't answer me. Whatever. But that was one of my main complaints is right. It just how many times it just ping ponged you across these maps. And it just felt like, okay, so now I got to run all the way the heck over here. Now I got to run all the way the heck over here. And now I have to run to this place 5 zones away and then run over here. And it just felt like I was just running the entire freaking time. But that is sort of an old school MMO thing when it comes to games that have subscriptions. Because games that have subscriptions, they want you to take a long time to play.
Right.
And that was one of their ways of basically extending playtime. We don't have that in Secret World because the real thing is not time based. It's not subscription time based. It's they want you to get in and play the content and jump into dungeons or
I guess you could argue that's why City of the Sun God was the way it was initially.
Yeah, it's kind of like
maybe
slow you down a little bit.
Maybe.
Well, because that was when it was a different model.
Well, that was a buy to play and subscription model.
It did start as a sub. That is true. Yeah, but even still, Secret World never really had
more sense.
Well,
now, but I'm just saying, compared to Legends, where you do City of Sun God and it has a portal outside of the thing to just let you click through, as opposed to the main problem people used to have with City of Sun God is that you had to crisscross the goddamn map like 5
So it is kind of weird that New World has that, like, you have to travel all the way the heck over here and it's going to waste you a lot of time when it is a buy to play game, essentially.
Upgrading gear is not extremely slow in SWL. I don't find that statement to be true. I don't like. You could maybe have said that at launch. I don't think that's remotely true now. And I think most other games are far worse. The difference is in other games, you're going to be doing content like 10 times over trying to get the drop you need.
Yes.
Oh, WoW is definitely notorious for that.
Yeah.
Whereas here, you're more likely to be doing the content multiple times to upgrade the gear you already have. So there's a difference in... I've seen this. It happened when Legends first launched. If you recall, dungeons basically hardly dropped any gear. It was almost all distillates, and everyone lost their goddamn minds and didn't understand that distillates is what you want.
Distillates is gear, essentially. Yeah.
And everyone wanted drops of better gear and did not understand the new gearing system in Legends. And Tilty, they did a change so the dungeons would drop pieces as well as distillates, right? Or instead of, or whatever. And he's like, this isn't good, but we're gonna do it because that's what you want, and you're not gonna like this later. They bowed to pressure, but it's a coming from other games where you're like, even from the old game, right? In the old game, you did like a nightmare dungeon and you got like that 10.2 purple drop that you wanted, right? Or maybe it was the one you didn't want, right? Because it's not the right one, and you have to keep running to get the 10.2 purple drop that drops that you want. But like, Legends gearing is way better in my opinion. First of all, you don't have to roll against anyone for loot. Thank fucking God.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, the need greed thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing about Final Fantasy, right? I jumped in one dungeon. The story content forces you into dungeons, which is not my cup of tea. I do not enjoy that. But another thing was, right, the first thing that happened is a piece of gear dropped and it was like, need greed roll. And I was like, need greed roll? Like, what year is this?
What year? Are we in the 90s? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Don't forget your key to unlock your
Like, I have
lockbox.
to need greed on this? Like, what? Yeah.
Like, arguably, I think Legends has. I mean, I think Zen. Yeah, I don't think you're correct because I mean, as Mikey just stated in Final Fantasy 14, you roll for gear.
Final Fantasy 14 has it, and that is arguably the biggest MMO right now. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it might technically be second to WoW, but if we're gonna exclude WoW from the conversation.
No, I'm even saying it might even be.
I know. Well, I was peaking. I think WoW might have come back a little bit now. Finally.
Okay.
From what I remember seeing, they're both really close.
But it's much closer now. Yeah.
One of the biggest MMOs, and I don't play WoW, but I'd be surprised if that WoW doesn't have it at all.
Zen says, yeah, WoW doesn't have it. Yeah, SWTOR doesn't have it anymore. Elder Scrolls Online doesn't have it. Guild Wars 2 doesn't have it. Like, yeah, the whole concept of rolling for gear is it's a very old style.
Yeah. No, but the other thing that I know, like for instance, what WoW does have, like, is right. You want the new piece of gear. You want the next new thing.
The upgrade.
And yeah, in Legends, you just get your piece and fucking just keep upgrading it. And then if you find another piece, as long as you're not red already, you make that piece and then fuse the other one. I don't think I've seen a gear system as fucking smooth and as ungrindy as Legends, in my opinion. Like, I don't think it exists. Now, they added more elite tier levels. It just gives us more shit to do. But you don't need it for anything other than doing that endgame content. It's like it exists, so it's there for something for endgame people to grind towards.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely fair too.
Even that isn't actually difficult now because they collapsed the queues and the difficulty is the low number and the reward is the high number. You can fucking leapfrog IP so goddamn fast. I personally know someone with 6 fucking E17 characters. So.
I have a good night, Volmer.
Hi, Volmer. You're gonna say, "Oh, why am I making cake for the event?" So you can get rewards. You can win prizes.
You have B-Moth here. Praise B-Moth.
Have a good night, Bomber.
But yeah, I think if you think Legends gear grind is super grindy, I don't think you understand gear grind in other games, or how to properly compare it.
This one is a lot easier compared to like we talked about with Final Fantasy 14 or even WoW.
I think even WoW, right? Because you would have to. Doesn't WoW have like different sets? Like once you do one set, then you have to do the next set.
Yeah, the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. At least that's when I played it. That was the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so there could always be a worse system out there, which there are, than what you're used to here.
How, like, that Zen, your thing doesn't make any sense. First of all, 5 dungeons a day is nothing. 5 dungeons a day is nothing for someone that's running dungeons. That's nothing. Second of all, if you could get a red item from 1 to 70 in like, say, like a month, that's super fucking reasonable. right? Like that's the end game fucking shit. I was listening. What was the fuck I was playing? I was playing Bloodborne and have like an Asmongold video on the like from YouTube on the other screen. And he was talking about someone explaining to someone in their WoW group what they needed to do to get the next set of stuff, and the person uninstalled the game because it was like, you need to run all this stuff to get this stuff, and then do all these things to get these things, and then they're gonna throw all that away to get the new set.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's all just to get you to where you can get the new set.
And I remember,
and then do all these things.
I was like, one of the first MMOs I played was WoW, and the thing about WoW is right. They came out with their first expansion, and the blowback from that was horrible, because people had been raiding for months in the original game. Suddenly, their gear was being replaced by like green level quest drops from the very first zone of the new expansion, and they were pissed because it was like I did all of that and then nothing, and then I get literally nothing. Like, it's just I throw it away completely because the greens are so much better. And it just, I don't know. It's it's not great. It's not great. Yeah, gear reset is a staple in most MMOs.
The gear reset doesn't really happen in Legends. Like, arguably, if a new cache comes out, it might have a new best in slot, and you might want to grind for it, but never fucking a requirement, because none of the fucking benefits of the gear are anything more than like a fucking 0.5% improvement or something. So
right.
There's very little difference between having best in slot and not. You expected gear reset with Sap. I don't know why you would think Sap Vitality would be a reset. Sap Vitality is interesting, but it's just an interesting, different thing to use. It was never intended to be like a new best in slot. It was more like most of those items are intended to be a new way to play if you so want to like make a build around it.
I mean, Zed is right though. It does sort of weirdly happen via caches though.
Well, but that's my point.
Yeah.
My point is that the way that stuff. Well, no, Sap Vitality isn't via caches. Sap Vitality is dropped from like dungeons or something. Sap Vitality isn't a cache drop. It came with the rebalance patch.
Oh, okay.
But like, the Dark Agartha Arsenal cache, right? Has like the pieces that summon things, which are arguably best in slot. Yeah, I know they created an entire set of Sap Vitality. Who the hell do you think tested them before they came out? I had a full Sap Vitality set on the test live server and was testing the shit out of them and found some pretty interesting bugs with them at the time. That don't exist in live because of that. But why would you expect them to be new best in slot? No, like that's... First of all, you're operating on like other games, I guess maybe like principles, and not Secret Worlds, because it's never been Secret Worlds. Secret World has always been you have to figure out what's best in slot. Whatever's new is different, but not necessarily best. Where it could be best should you build around it a specific way. This is why I say when people say, oh, Legends, like the builds are all like the same and you can't really have any complexity because you only have so many slots, blah, blah, blah. No, man, you have weapon mechanics and you have gear that interfaces with the weapon mechanics. So there's tons of variety in builds in the game, but it's not just a matter of your actives and passives. It's a matter of building around your talisman effects, your weapon mechanics, and your active and passives. All of those things combined together. And you can literally change one of those things, and it changes entirely what you should have in your build. you could run a different headpiece,
Right.
and now you should have like 3 different actives and like 4 different passives, and then you will play it even completely differently. Your rotation will be different. How you would approach fights will be different, like entirely. The complexity in Legends is that everything affects everything. And yeah, I don't know why you expect the best in slot. Now, granted, I think you can do a full set fatality set and it should do okay, because I was beating like Tank Commander in like full sat fatality with like Sword Ellie on Test Live. Like, it's not bad. That's the other thing. Like, you don't even need. You could have just full blank Radiant talismans, and as long as you have your glyph set up correctly and aren't a complete moron with your build, like, you should do competitive damage, because none of the effects are like 50% boosts or something. That's just not how the game functions.
Get down.
Okay.
Shotgun is not best in slot, Leo. Leo, the shotgun is not best in slot. It's not even best in slot offhand.
It is still
I
pretty
will
fun,
grant
though.
you-
I still like playing shotgun.
I will grant you the shotgun main hand chaos offhand is the best tank combination for the E17 raid. I will grant you that, as I have been playing that since I've been tanking E17 raid, and it's very useful. But that's all you're gonna get. That's all you're gonna get. Outside of tanking, no.
Pit best in slot.
Power of
Wet
shotgun.
noodles.
Yeah, that was the other thing from that fucking Josh Hayes video was the fucking, oh yeah, I had special powers, but they're replaced by the power of shotgun. Motherfucker, your powers are the power of shotgun.
Right, yeah, he wasn't grasping that concept.
Like, you think I just want to be like the Matrix. Like, you think
It's like
that's
I've
air
got
breathing?
powers, but no, I've got a gun. And so the gun is, you know.
You think that's lead bullets you're shooting? No, man.
No, we're going to heal you
They're
with those
anima
bullets.
shells.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. My assault rifle can heal. And, you know, that's what assault rifles normally do.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I shoot people in the face, they normally get better. I don't know what you're doing.
You're just doing it wrong.
You got the angle just right. That's all.
Yeah.
You got the angle just right.
Yeah.
Popcorn shots.
No, I mean, but legitimately, the fucking intro tutorial explains to you that it's a focus for your energy, and the motherfucker just could not get out of his head the gun aspect. And went on to call, and I'm quoting here, tried to say that Legend was trying to be a co-op shooter.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Right,
trying to be a co-op shooter.
The
I can
co-op
see it.
shooter, Secret World Legends,
Fuck
Yeah,
off.
I can see that.
Fuck off. I want to see him review Lost Ark, which has a gunner class, and be like, this game's trying to be a co-op shooter.
yeah. Any game
Like-
that has a gun is suddenly a shooter. Be like, yeah.
Fuck off, dude.
No.
What the fuck bullshit are you smoking? A civil new battle royale? Well, maybe if you just dropped him into Rosenbrawl, right? Drop him into Rosenbrawl with no anything else. Monster Hunter's co-op shooter. Just drop him into Rosenbrawl with no outplaying any other part of the game, and then he'll believe it's a battle royale.
Yeah.
Minecraft is a co-op shooter.
Yeah, I've seen guns in Minecraft. That checks out.
Bows and arrows. Yep.
No, I just meant mods. Like you, like,
Oh,
my kid wanted me to put like was it Aliens versus Predator mod in it, and it had like machine guns and shit, as well as aliens and predators. That's my my third job is being a Minecraft mod installer.
Minecraft is a shared world action RPG.
I mean, it kind of is. It depends on whose server you're playing on. Minecraft can be very RPG-ish, actually. So you're all battle royale, you're stranded on a mountain as a literal ocean of filth slowly working its way up the mountain.
That can actually be pretty cool.
I would play a Secret World Battle Royale, 100%.
Hell yeah.
100% I'd play Secret Battle Royale.
That's like saying that'd be like saying if you dropped it into Shambhala or something, and it's like, this is a, it's trying to be a battle royale here. It's like, shut up.
What is this, Fortnite?
Yeah. Do you see everything starts closing in after a while, so therefore
only because you can make the snow fort wall, remember? So that is kind of building.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can build walls and crank 90s in Shambhala. You can build a snow fort wall. It won't do much anything, but you can build it. And I mean, you can crank whatever number you want, I guess. It sounds kind of personal.
Yeah, you might want to see a doctor about that.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just fucking, I don't know, that
review of a review video.
The other guy's review was even worse. Even worse. It was like an hour plus long, and like, he's a TSW PvP salty veteran. So like that niche of a niche.
Okay.
Not just salty TSW player, but a PvP salty TSW player.
Oh yeah, and PvP players were super salty at SWL.
Well, they were super salty in TSW in general.
Yes,
even before SWL.
Yeah, there's no balance.
Salty fucking people. But mind you, okay, I'm gonna clarify. I PvP'd in TSW every single goddamn day. Right? There are people that played PvP in TSW that were not fucking assholes. But there was a fuck ton of really vocal PvP assholes.
Oh yeah.
Right? So just because you played PvP, even if you did it every day, doesn't mean I'm necessarily calling you out. I'm just saying there was a vocal, loud group of PvP players that were fucking toxic as shit. And they were obviously far more vocal than any of the nice ones, because nice people are just never that obnoxious to like have to vocalize on everything. But this guy, like, his video, by the way, like, just every other goddamn frame is like the bulging neck vein meme shaking around on the screen, and like the Doge dog, and then like this shrugging guy that's a Shutterstock image. It still has Shutterstock fucking across it. Like, and I'm just like, you couldn't even fucking get the actual picture or find a shrugging guy one that wasn't covered in Shutterstock? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you can go to Envato or Pawn 5. Easy. There you go.
But I mean, like, he's like, just the amount of like cringe bullshit in the video, like every goddamn time that he says something, and it's like just this fucking, and then he's not just sitting there, he like shakes it all over the screen and shit. And then like, I just remember like one of the, like, he gets so much shit wrong, by the way, especially for someone that played TSW. He gets so much shit, like, completely inaccurate. But one of the things about Legends was his gripes with the caches was like, once they're not around, you can't get that shit again anymore, right? But he chooses to make his example cache of that the winter cache.
Oh no.
So like, yeah, so if what you wanted was in the winter cache, you can't get that again.
You can't, you can't get that again.
And I'm like, whoa,
it's the winter cache.
The winter cache exists like half the goddamn year. The winter cache exists from like after Halloween to fucking the anniversary event, right? Like normally, like this year they changed it, but normally the winter cache is like Halloween cache ends, winter cache happens, and the fucking cache doesn't change until the goddamn anniversary. Like that is the normal route. And this dumb fuck decided to make his example the winter cache. Oh, if you want a winter item, you have to wait till the next winter. No, you have until fucking June. And it's the most common cache in the game, period. So even when it's not around, It's around. Everyone has like fucking 10,000 of them. There's not a shortage of winter caches, you fucking idiot.
Right.
And the thing is, he kind of maybe had a point that, like, because caches rotate, depending on when you get the game and what thing you want, it could be harder to get a certain item from a certain cache.
Right. Not
But
everything
you
is
fucking
necessarily
win.
available right off the bat, which is true. But that's true of like
And you-
pretty much every game. Yeah.
But also, like, not really true because most people hoard them, and you can oftentimes find them for sale in the auction house.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
Anyone you want. So that's not really true. But if you're gonna make that case, don't fucking pick the winner cache as your example. Like, motherfucker, that just tells me you fucking didn't play the game like at all. Like, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Because the winner cache is a fucking legendary meme in Legends. Like, it's its own goddamn meme at this point. I was just also like, these videos are not that old. They're like maybe a year old now, like tops, if that.
Okay. Oh,
and
yeah.
For being so recent, I know. So we talked about it on the Discord, and some people that like watched them like actually got offended. Like the use of the R word was rather aggressive.
Okay.
And not just like here or there or like randomly, but like very derogatorily making like impersonation kind of voices, and like launching the R cube into space, and like just like the cringiest fucking shit you can imagine, right? So it's not just a bad review on like a factual basis, it's also a bad review on a cringe basis, and it's like to some people probably like fairly offensive as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, like, growing up, you know, the R word wasn't a big deal because it also genuinely meant it not as a derogatory to that type of person. More like, hey, what you're doing right now indicates you are physically stupid. Like, it was literally like potentially the correct adjective, right?
At the time, and then medical terminology changed.
Yeah, but you were acting in a way that makes me think you maybe ate paint chips as a child and lived under power lines. Like, you know what I mean? That's how you're acting right now. And so was it, like, I get that, but also, like, I don't know, you made that video in 2021, so maybe you should know better by now.
Yeah, times have certainly changed.
Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I was a slow adopter because when I was growing up, it was like a normal, like, everyday word that had really very little. It was the equivalent of saying you're stupid. Hey, stop being stupid. Like, the exact same thing. There was no like actual, I don't know, like, hate behind it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There was no intentional derogatoriness behind it. Now, in this guy's case, it's fucking derogatory.
I'll say, but that was also years ago. Nowadays,
no, decades. I'm old as fuck. Remember?
Oh yeah. But
we're talking like, you know, the 80s.
Yeah, but nowadays it's like,
no,
you should know better. You should know better.
You should know better by now, and also you shouldn't be like mimicking like a bad speech pattern and like drooling and shit. Like, that's probably not okay.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going for it hard. This isn't like I accidentally said a word, I just meant to call people stupid. Like, they're going for it legitimately in as negative a fashion as possible. And then launching those people into space. Like, it's bad. It's a bad video. It's not good at all. And I someone was negatively commenting on my review video that said to check out this video, and that's how I even knew it existed. I went to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
because they were arguing with me about, it's a salty TSW person commenting on my review video, and said, go look at this video. And I was like, I could review this video.
Yeah.
But it would take it would take forever because it's way longer. But then also I was like, I don't think this is worth reviewing. Like, this is trash. Anyone that sees this should immediately see this is trash. No one's gonna, like, the Josh Strive Hayes video, he has credibility he's built up. He's got a following and an audience as like a trustworthy reviewer. People trust what he says. This was clear about the people that brought this video into our Discord and says he's got a lot of good points. And until I argued with them about it, and then even after the arguments, when I made my video, they went and saw it and they came back in the Discord and were like, fuck, you were right. Right? So I mean, like, legitimately fans of his that normally stand by his content, initial pass on that video were like, oh yeah, he's got a lot of good points.
Because if you didn't think about it too hard. Yeah, if you're just, not paying attention or doing something else, or just not viewing it through if you're viewing it as like, I kind of just normally go like listen to him and agree, and you're not viewing it through like a skeptical lens, right? A lot of people are like, oh yeah, it's got a lot of good points. Game crashes and it's got like this problem. Like, yeah, that's fine, but all this other shit is fucked. You don't get to get away with that, in my opinion. That's not okay. So, I think it was worth doing. Whereas this other video, I don't even think is worth reviewing. I think it's literal trash. It's a dumpster fire. In the 50s, when Slims was in high school, it was different back in the old times. I wasn't alive in the 50s, okay? But also the 50s would be hella old right now. I'd have to be like 70 something. So fuck you.
Nope.
So a bit of a recap, just in case you weren't here for the beginning of the show. Conan Chop Chop has a release date, in case you didn't know. March 1st, releasing on PC, $14.99 on PC, $19.99 on consoles, releasing on PC, Xbox, and Switch, March 1st. Didn't you recently celebrate your 60th?
Actually, my birthday is next month, so I need to figure out what I'm going to do for it. And I'm not turning 60 next month either. Just FYI.
You're 59.
Then there was Vomer's Romantic Cake Creation Contest. Go check that out on the forums. Lots of good stuff, including our pink suits that we've been wearing all night as part of the rewards for that. Funcom teamed up with movie games. I don't know. To bring a Moons of Madness and Lust from Beyond M edition cosmic horror bundle on Steam. And so either way, I can't wait for Chop Chop. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun, yeah.
I do turn a pretty magical number next month.
Oh yeah.
Next month I will be the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
Oh, nice.
You guys should be able to work out that number.
Oh, we know what it is.
Yeah, we didn't forget our towel.
I'm just saying. Don't forget to bring a towel.
Yep.
I like how that crosses over with South Park. Yes, I turn 42 next month.
Yes, 42.
69, really, Leo?
Getting up there.
Nice.
It's a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference, you goddamn cretin.
So the one before 42 I always liked was 37, but that's a Monty Python reference.
Yeah. No, like, I'm actually kind of excited. I'm like genuinely kind of excited. You know?
Be like, I've made it. I've made it to the answer to everything.
Clearly, I will know everything on that birthday. That's how that works, right?
Yeah.
Like, I know it now, yeah.
It all makes sense.
All right.
Oh, I should play that from The Last Dreaming Prison.
Oh.
You know when you go to fix the thing,
Mm-hmm.
what's her face is up there. She's like, it all makes sense now. I'm like, fuck you. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, nothing
Every
makes
time
sense.
she says that. Every time she says that, I'm like, no, nothing makes sense. What are you talking about?
But
Anyway.
agents, this has been the 0 Point Report, strain 57-CCC. You can catch us recording live every other Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time here in the 0 Point Report Twitch channel, where you can also join us and chat with us while we do the show live, or download our show wherever podcasts are found so you can listen to us on the go. Jimmy, where can we find you online?
That seems pretty personal. Trying to stalk me. JimmyTheRabbit.com.
Yes. Where can we find you?
YouTube.com/JimmyTheRabbit. Twitch.tv/JimmyTheRabbit and @1JimmyTheRabbit on Twitter.
Nice, dude.
Ooh, yes, where can we find you?
Two-Ton Waffle, where can we find you?
You can find me right there with Jimmy. No, you can find me
Stop stalking me.
Every week.
every week.
Every
You
show.
can find me here on Twitch, Trovo, and YouTube. As a name, it's the same name everywhere. We're also on twotonwaffle.com. So, yep.
And I'm Ocho, and you can find me both on Twitter and here on Twitch at Big Mikey Ocho. You can get in touch with us by engaging with the show on Twitter at 0 Point Report, checking out previous shows on our YouTube channel, and joining us on our Discord server, both named the 0 Point Report. So from all of us here at the 0 Point Report, we want to thank you for tuning in and wish you all the best from the secret world. Have a great night, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.